So, ladies and gentlemen, do we have a great time here at the Jackie Robinson Poetry Day? Third annual. What do we got on the clock? Maybe 5 minutes left?
I don't know. What time do we have?
15 minutes left.
15 minutes? Awesome. Want to freestyle something?
All right, I'm going to read something from my new book, or my last book. The new book's coming out, but The Death of Netflix and Chill. If anyone wants to get a hold of this copy, it's a beautiful book.
Are you going to do the second printing of my work?
We should have done the first, and we wouldn't have this conversation.
True. You're absolutely right about it.
Let's see here. Okay, so I'm just going to read the last couple. This book is one of those books where it's like every single poem just is next to each other. You know, there's no separation. There's no. It's all one big fluid book. Just you can read the book straight through, or you can read it 4 poems at a time, whatever you want to do. I'm going to read the last few poems of the book. Okay. It starts off with Afternoon Washateria. A trance of snores and sweat sweltering 1,000-count sheets, we roll our low behold human heat to wake ravishing sordid turns of dreams. A Marco Polo, you pop head out on pillow, re-image our breakfast feet of soggy toast, egg white and turnstile fevered beats, yes, to snuggle toes in luminescent turn of switch, to wake omnivore desire, fresh air, and tussle the wind-blown holes in fabric softener. Oh, for today, dear, we go, one hand in hand to the murky rain-washed streets. Nothing but a pile of mammal skins, stitched so close to the bones that the fluorescent scent, the bubbling precipice coalesces our head heavy with inkling cretin. Tie it to the May, I sway, and back to the swing song of our rolling plywood and mattress to die in such set accompaniment. We will dine evermore on our waking retreat. Someone just told me words are like daggers. Armed with lead, I push forth a peace treaty. A document thus shredded tails my sensibilities as unneeded. Shall we load up our diction to the velocity of pain? Sticks and stones apparently are just necessary shrapnel in one's day-to-day. This volley of diatribe shan't be incidental. No, hold on to your molars for the mortar barrage needed to take out media war, violence. Please snatch your brains back, for this pen wishes posies. Do not inject an ink of mine to discuss such. Be wary and warn. The hilt goes inward to the spine. Binary 175. In the corners of shadows, das poet priest lie, buckled in or harbored by the biting disease, insects of granular logic and knowledge straining thighs, even the simple gesture of pushing forth poesy or porn or parlayed world politics languishing away in underwear and removable polarized rolling chair. The heart-worn living wheels project the migrant apartment sprawl. Members of a foreign clan, cockroach or nuclear deterrent, we sit together, legs crossed, itching at scabs. If you have to find your voice in the penthouse voices of the aged, then you may lose focus, as these wise-worded men are all subject to the early U-boat warnings, booking tickets to underchair academics, swallowing protest for fear of moving, continuing to imbibe their wanton smoke screens and worldly visions. For hundreds of years off, we have begun to feel a part of a vision put in motion by scared young human beings being bombed by words of bomb, worlds of bombs, craving a thirst in tongue where no water fissured. And in the hall of even the well-hearted we find this contemplate, this burden of hearth, and in repose, in the shadows, yes, that's where poets should radiate, and count me a failed one indeed. For even I, longing to have communicative sense of union, throw out words into the streets, some elite, some eliciting police, for soon enough this tongue ties pen to fen, this finger to solicit salacious, we shall draw back more than blood, but of the history repeat, lined up and shot and shogun migrate, looking half-heartedly for the rest of neck. For next verse, and under such mandate, dear seers, dear burden of haste and taste, to throw down one's thought in words, where shall line draw itself us a nice cavern of love? For this drought of thought has cops knocking on cerebellum, bellowing the serotonin into submission, all one's quirks, quartz, quarks, abbreviated mind fuck for peace, for love, sequestered in tank, and told to be handcuffed to beatings. For if not war, love, then war on love. For love's war's war, and only the hungry, hunted poet shall in hope overcome, overrun with the rabies of words to sleep well, the quacks against you, magnetic. Only use the strong languages for the ones I love. Who knows what lies in the distant blood red orange? I'm gonna marry the library. She doesn't even have to get dressed up. She just shoes her knickers pulp, and I do enjoy a bit of bookmark as it is these days. One knows that you have to top fit, top coon, top cat, topical, and handling. 'Tis a big job, this handling, for every now in these steam end old factories we hoist up and bring dead timber to the shore, claim no way of haste to the tender throwing back that offers the wayfare in mind, and might again we age, not looking back, for there you age in yellow tinge of Polaroid, there you age in tainted phone book meth addict. In the real go of the go mechanism, there was but a few of the old cocksmiths. We tie between tethered back a mocking sense of self-cement to float bottoms up, and I float belly up, precise Norse. We are outdated men. We have come here to this point together, and we have let the time roll through our hair. We were given first the tools, then the tools were given to all. And here we find our crude implements, unworthy, out of sync of time. And we look with empty eyes to see a portrait of a landscape with our meeting, such lack of want, desire, need, all for naught. This is out of our data, strewn haphazard, all around a broken path in constants, a fevered disbelief that once we would have stood for all hours, alone, cutting trees in the rain. Comes at the stain of a lively chlorophyll, left dripping off the mangled blades, that we as the harvesters drench, slowly detach limb by limb her greenery. As the water mixes into mud, her warmth, hiding straws are revealed and then severed. As a boom of thunder rattles this rooftop, sending ripples into the pond beneath. If you wish to preserve a dry maple sequoia, then please, ma'am, don't make the call. For once we started chopping, there will be no trees at all. And rain it may, and soak us to bone. But tonight, dear lass, we're making this trunk a tomb, sleeping under plastic bag, her leftover parts, and rain again, we start to cut. Number 56. My weight is common to the moods of the ocean. The tides of hard times always produce the finest of silk, swollen with the fat blood of those that moisten the deck and harbored these tears of wind's penance, the sacks of sins, the tremble of trombone, the wary hands of burst. Recipes for lost. The world is burning and everyone is lost into their own thoughts, into their own lust. The world is burning bright into the night that dwindles under missiles one's new blight, and we were socially networked when the sky falls. We are cooking dinner when the last we speak, the last time we saw each other so sweet, playing with our children, crawling on the shoals. The failure of a poet is to pretend to be something else, to give up on one's nature. This is the failure of a poet, to pretend to be something else. And in big flashy lights, the light bulbs burn out, you with no poet, a band of misgivings, and this world needs poets. Such a beautiful day outside, and all I can do is wait here for you. I wonder in the blue, fresh air of this chat, it seems as if our trains are bound for Budapest once again. We should mingle in the clean, cool room of our dialogue and insert a mouthy margin of our love between horse blankets and iodine. Then after the lumbersome trees have been passed, dear rail, we can revert back to the honest and pull cover over our words, our lofty little prattle, weighed out on playground stitch, your grass-colored hair down, mixed, and then to kiss? Or to be remiss, fall in the street in cloudy-up dress? Shine those few worn inches of earth for us, and chat, I wait, and here is no sunshine but leashed, waiting, dear. Disrobe your dialogue with me here, now. Bring the warmth window, straddle this conversation of delights with thigh and rest, and ingest. Do we rest strumming our dreams, the sweet release of sleep? Silly if you wish, but we find our human condition incapable of moving forward, and just fall tart to the swoon of the mother harp, the weeping moon, the last resort. And as the sun digressed, so shall we undress and die once more under the arbor of clean sheets, waiting out into the red fire of fall. I see a girl. She's carrying a tree, the leaves of a book bleeding to the street. So I pick up a sheet. She drops yet again. This book is almost dead. I hustle to collect. She looks back. Oh, what a wicked thief I be. It seems we have come to a fitting end. Good night. You were truly something else, by the way. He means that. In fact, he truly adored you. Shame, really, that it ended like this. Once a morning star set down over the atmosphere, and it burned a hole through the atmosphere and fell, just like all falling stars. You were the gravitational pull, baby, to lead one astray, bringing fire closer to your water to warm the seagulls and krill. Thursday mornings, tide to the fall. Our trees lumber on. They peak and preach their green, and wilt so seductive, the shedding of sanguine hair. And in cool will-o-wisp whisper, turbulent bursts of air, moving through whirling vortex down root held in soil, one moves with a bit of grace, a whirlwind under leather, a beat to the crisp bedhead leaves, strolling between footsteps disheveled, to truly lie amongst bow, held air left in the hands of oak, to envelop this dance for us. This is the death of Netflix and chill, ladies and gentlemen.